Sorry. A really aggressive Bluetooth device that hijacked the audio when I first connected. A pleasure to be here.
Yes. I made lobster jerky. Does that mean I can get sushi delivered to my house? Indeed.
Yep.
How's it going? Hello, Biscuit.
All right. There we go. Now the stream knows that I'm talking. We had our first episode with 2 contests last week. Premium Hydrate. I have pineapple juice this week. I got an order of it from Walmart. I used to drink this all the time when I worked at Olive Garden. And it made me nostalgic when I saw it on my when I was checking out online.
It's just pineapple juice in a can?
In a can. Yeah.
With,
We had to
top like a soda?
Yep. Yeah.
Interesting.
No added sugars. It's just pineapple juice.
Well, it's better than the energy drink I'm drinking right now.
Yeah, yeah. We had to use it. I can't remember. I was like a bartender at Olive Garden for a while, but one thing I was really bad at was making the drinks. Thankfully, they had all the recipes there. There were a couple that I managed to get down. Hello, Ao. Welcome to the chat. I got pretty good at making. Oh no, Long Island iced tea. That's what it was called. Yeah, it had 4 different alcohols in it, but they were all right next to each other on the shelf. So that one was really easy. Screwdriver was easy.
And you forgot the name. I didn't know about that.
Mojitos were the worst. Mojitos were the worst. That's what I remember. They came in stupid little cups, and I had to grind up mint leaves or something like that.
Yeah. I had a really good mojito today, actually. Like strawberry mojito.
This guy's living the life.
I've never had a good mojito.
You've never had any mojito.
That's also correct.
I had some really good water.
I thought you were drinking an energy drink.
I am currently, but I was drinking water.
Water is really good.
You see.
Yes, that actually is what I'm doing. I'm drinking a little bit of energy drink, then I drink water.
Is it like 1 part to 1, or what's the ratio here?
1.75.
Water or
Energy drink.
mostly energy drink? Okay.
And then I alternate 1.75 water.
Then it's a 1-to-1 ratio.
But not at the same time.
It doesn't matter. It's not how ratios work. Ugh.
I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm too tired to think right now.
It's a good thing you're here to play D&D.
Yep. I just gotta do fancy math and roleplay.
You just have to roll dice and
Yep.
be Yip Yar. I went to St. Louis last weekend for a board game convention, and that was amazing. I met the designer of a game called Jibble Jabble that is super fun. I met the designer of a game called Letterbridge and then hooked him up with a publisher, so his game's probably going to get published. I made a huge group of friends from Minnesota, and I made one friend from St. Louis named Ruth, and she was delightful. I was like, my first night there, I was like walking up and down the convention, because they'll have like these signs that you can post saying you want additional players for your game, and so that's like a really good way to meet people. And so I was walking up and down looking for people with these players wanted sign. There was one guy who had it up all weekend, and the only game he was playing was Terraforming Mars, which is like a good game, don't get me wrong, but like I wouldn't want to spend an entire board game convention doing nothing except playing Terraforming Mars. And then there was this other guy who did the whole weekend. He had a player's wanted sign, but the only thing he was doing was like advertising his game. Which I mean, like, is a fair enough strategy. It just didn't really appeal to me. So anyways, I was walking up and down my first night looking for people with players wanted signs. And there's this elderly lady sitting by herself, and she was setting up a game called Packing It Up. And she was just like, she wanted to play with other people, but she's like, I always pick games that also have a solo mode because I can't normally get people to play with me. And like, my heart just broke. I was like, no, I'll be your friend, Ruth. She's like, no one in my family plays board games. I'm the only one. And so I sat there and I played board games with her. And then I invited her to play board games later. And she loved them. Turns out she's a proofreader, which is a job that exists.
It is.
Huh.
Yeah,
Who
so
knew?
we played lots of word-styled board games. But I thought Packing It Up was especially like poignant because it's a game about packing your suitcase and fitting as many of your cats into the suitcase as you can. And
As many cats in the suitcase?
Yeah, as many cats in your suitcase as you can.
Huh.
And
Ruth sounds kind of creepy all of a sudden.
you alternate turns with the crazy cat lady, which was entertaining. It's actually
solo mode you do.
Yeah, well, even as long as there's less than 4 players, there's a crazy cat lady that takes turns. So since it was just the 2 of us, there were actually 2 crazy cat ladies that took turns. It's actually a really cute game. It's kind of like it's a
hardcore competitive scene.
Probably not. It's a tetra. Although any board game that exists typically has a hardcore, really niche competitive scene. Yeah. Well, Ruth made friends this weekend, so it turned out really well for her. Also, so I invited her to play Letterbridge, which is the game that was designed by Tim Kaiser that hasn't been published, but I connected him with the publisher. It's a really fun game where it's 2 trick-taking teams, right? So 2 teams of 2. And instead of like using like a deck of cards, you're using a deck of letters, and the letters have different values between 1 and 4. So you're both playing to try and, well, there's a strategy for winning the trick and for losing the trick. And what happens is at the end of the trick, you have to spell a word with the letters that have been played, and any letters you don't use go to the other team. So it's a completely viable strategy to try and slough tricks and throw out really crappy letters so that the people who win the trick can't actually spell any words and you get all the points anyways. And as she's a proofreader, it was very, very good to have her on my team. She was very good at like just being like, "Yep, that's a word. Nope, that's not a word." And she knew some pretty obscure words. It was fantastic. But the publisher, because she enjoyed it so much, not the publisher, the designer said that he would send her a free copy of the game just because of how much she enjoyed it. So I was very happy about that.
Did you and Ruth going to stay in touch?
I mean,
Is she going to join our little D&D community?
I will definitely stay in touch with her. I'll probably see her again in St. Louis next year. I doubt she'll join our D&D group. Although, I mean, I'll ask. Actually, you know what?
Proofreading involved.
Well, also our party's full. So someone would have to drop before I would consider adding another player.
You can invite her to watch.
I could invite her to watch. I did not do enough inviting people to watch. Well, I haven't been nearly as active on my Instagram. The past couple, like 3 or 4 weeks, I've been really, really low energy. And I've canceled a bunch of streams, and I've been like just trying to rest and recuperate. And like this is the only stream I'm doing this week. And part of it is that like May has been a super heavy travel month for me. Like I said, I was in St. Louis last weekend. This weekend I have to go to a wedding in Cincinnati. And by have to, I mean get to. Like I'm really excited for it. But it's like traveling takes a lot of energy and a lot of time. And like I'm even trying to think about like when's the next time I can make like another how to play board game YouTube video. And my next like available Saturday, I think, is the last Saturday of June. But even then, I have a friend who's driving down to San Antonio to spend the weekend with me, so I can't really do it that weekend.
They don't want to be a part of the video?
It's Josh. Oh, Josh. You know Josh. Nichols. Yeah, he's going to be here. He got stationed in San Angelo, which is about 3 hours away from me. He just finished officer training school. And so he's going to be coming down that weekend.
Cool.
I mean, he plays board games to humor me, but he's not super into them. Yeah, so maybe it's actually like July 13th is the next Saturday that I have open to try and make a YouTube video. But I need to get these I have a bunch of clips prepped. I just need to get them on a schedule so they actually release. I've also been trying to be better about my Japanese studies, so it's just I have a whole bunch of excuses. I'm not going to list them all for you. That's not why you're here. How was everyone else's weekend?
Exhausting, but good.
Nice. What exhausted you?
Yeah.
What did you say?
We just worked. Countless patients. A lot of people sick here today.
Would you say that you have lots of patience, or are you patient lacking?
Somehow both.
Lots of patience, but not a whole lot of patience for them.
Yeah.
What about you, Ino? It sounded like you had something lined up and ready to go.
This weekend, what I did, it was pretty chill. Just went up to Philly, which is only about a 2-hour drive from here, and stayed with a friend. It was Anna's college reunion, so she did some reunion activities, and I just mainly chilled.
Nice. Don't you have family up in Philly?
Not family. I lived there for a while. My family's in New York, but I've very good friends. Very good friends there.
Nice. I won't be making it to PAX Unplugged this year. There's a different convention the same weekend here in it's in Dallas. I'm going to be going to that one. But it's Thanksgiving weekend, so if you wanted to join, it's a long weekend. Everyone's invited.
The convention is Thanksgiving weekend?
Yeah.
I do. In Dallas? I don't do Thanksgiving in Dallas. I usually do Thanksgiving with some friends.
Nice.
So
We're
we
some
choose
friends.
someplace.
Yeah, I'm a friend. I'll cook Thanksgiving dinner for you and your entire family.
He will.
Even with the convention going on, you would?
Yeah.
That's signing up for a lot. That's actually a compelling offer.
I mean, Thanksgiving is on Thursday,
The
and
last
then the
time
weekend is
the last time
after.
you tried to cook something for me, you set off my smoke alarm stuff.
Yeah, that was at your place. This is a setup that I'm used to. Also, there was a really weird sausage situation where like we had to like peel the sausage that we bought or something like that in order to make patties. I can't remember what happened. It was less than ideal though. Everything about what I ended up doing. What about you, Biscuit? Did you do anything exciting?
No, and also I really have a hard time remembering my weekends. I don't know why.
That's actually a
No,
good
it's not a
point.
substance thing.
I'm really glad it's not a
That's-
substance thing.
I was
not.
gonna make a joke, but decided I probably shouldn't.
I was hoping it was a substance thing. That would really spice up the stream.
Yeah, Thanksgiving weekend probably is a really difficult travel weekend. That's a good point.
Oh, it was Thanksgiving.
Wait. Oh,
No,
wait,
this
wait.
weekend wasn't.
Oh,
This-
okay.
No, yeah.
No,
It was not American
Thanksgiving's in
Thanksgiving.
November, you Canuck.
Hey, Canadian Thanksgiving is in October?
Yes. No, November. No, October.
October.
It's like American Thanksgiving's in
I don't know
November.
anymore. Yeah, you're right. October, Canadian. I should know
Canadian
this.
Thanksgiving. We can celebrate both. Thanksgiving
Y'all
is
have, like,
probably my
Black
favorite
Friday.
holiday.
It's my favorite holiday as well.
Zaria, what did you do this past weekend?
absolutely nothing. It was great.
That
Nothing
yeah,
for you.
that sounds wonderful.
How you feeling?
Well, so last weekend, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, we traveled to Utah because my husband's brother was moving to Colombia, so we wanted to, have one last hurrah because we don't know when we're gonna make it to Colombia. Anyway,
Like the country Columbia?
the country Colombia.
Oh yeah. That's a commitment.
Yeah. Yeah, his wife's visa got denied, so it was a whole deal. Anyway, but there was so much turbulence flying in and out of Salt Lake, and turbulence in pregnancy does not go very well. So I was sick all week last week, and
That
even after we
sucks.
got back. So then I'm like, I'm doing absolutely nothing this weekend, and it was glorious.
That's awesome.
Yeah, travel's been really
Did you-
bad this month for some reason.
Did you watch shows at least? Something like that?
I
Or-
read like
or-
2 books.
Or just straight up staring at the ceiling?
No, I read 2 books.
What books?
I read Edenbrook, which I have a couple of friends that we do like a revolving book club where we all buy a book, read it, and like write our thoughts in the margins as we're reading it, and then mail it to the next person. So that
Oh,
was
that's
my
so cute.
book club book but it's funny because the person who read it before me absolutely hated it, and it's one of my favorite books of all time. So it was the next person gets really exciting comments about like our back and forth. And then I read a book called Caraval, which is like a magical carnival book.
Okay.
Anyway.
Does it have singing?
Does it have singing? I think it has a little bit of singing.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
there's definitely like an organ that plays a merry-go-round in it. I'm trying to remember if there's actual like singing.
Creepy.
Yeah, it's a creepy carnival. It's a creepy dark carnival type thing. It's definitely like a dark fantasy book. Well, as dark as I go. I don't really read a ton of dark, but yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Also,
It was really good. It's the first of 4 books if you're interested. It's a commitment.
4 books.
What is it?
You should meet some of my friends. That is not a commitment.
that's
know,
what
but-
I was about to say.
Brandon Wall, or not the Brandon Sanderson commitment, but I don't know how avid readers you are.
No, did you ever finish? Oh, first, Crunch, you have earned the Sword of Destiny today. So the way this works is the first person in chat gets to pick any D&D die, so anywhere from D4 to D100, and you get blessed by a boon of destiny. I'll roll it here for you live on stream. Just let me know which die you want to roll. The greater the number, the greater the risk, but also the greater the reward. And then Inno, did you ever finish reading the Cradle series?
I did. Yeah. I mean,
Nice.
listening to it,
Yeah.
reading in finger quotes, but yeah, I loved it.
So the premiere for the animation is going to be happening the first weekend of November in Glendale, California.
Wow.
Is that a place that is near to places that you visit?
No, but once you're in California, it's a lot easier to get around. So if I got to check the board meeting schedule to see if I'm going to be out there
Okay.
in November.
I know I have 1 ticket. I'm pretty sure I have 2 from the Kickstarter campaign. I need to follow up with them and make sure. But if I do have 2 tickets and you're interested in attending the premiere with me, let me know.
So did you all know that Brian and I are going to Comic-Con San Diego this year?
What?
Da, da, da.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sponsor me to go with you.
It was like a huge ordeal to even get. We only managed to get tickets for Thursday and Sunday.
Oh yeah, and that was with like 4 different people waiting at the same time to like click buy as soon as the site went up, and we still only got those tickets.
That's crazy.
So I could
It's like-
sponsor you to. I could sponsor you to come hang out with us, but you would not be able to get in to Comic-Con.
There's that one episode of Big Bang Theory where they're all like trying to click on at the same time and none of them get it.
You might be able to have my Thursday ticket. I don't know if I'll be able to get there in time for Thursday's stuff.
All right, well there you go. If you want to come out for Thursday, it's all yours.
But we do have some. Enno, did you ever sync up with my mom about getting costumes for you and your family?
Oh man, how are you gonna set me up like that on a family-friendly stream? I have no idea how much restraint I'm exercising right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say a test of endurance right there.
So is that a no? I don't know what
Yes,
happened.
I did. Yeah, we I've been emailing her about it.
Is she going to be able to do anything?
Apparently, yeah. She says she's working on it.
Nice. That's super exciting. Crunch, Comic-Cons are literally the best. The one thing that I love about conventions, and this is true both for Comic-Cons and Anime Cons and for board game conventions, they're always like super uplifting and like inspiring. Like I always leave a convention like that feeling more motivated to do the things that I want to do, which is just so everyone's so supportive and everyone is so kind and friendly and accepting and welcoming. Like it's literally the best atmosphere that exists. I love it so much.
Yeah, they have like that theme park energy to it where you're just happy you're there and everyone's there that's just in a good mood.
Regular hydration
Yeah.
for my Wolf Dog Cup.
By the way, he did choose the D20.
Oh. Beautiful. All right, D20. Here we go.
He specifically requested you roll a nat 20, so you have a 5% chance.
I will do my very best But the sword decides what the sword decides. All right. Unfortunately, Crunch, it was not a natural 20. It was, in fact, a 5. So the next 24 hours are going to be a little bit sadder than normal. And it's probably only because there won't be any Border Nation streams tomorrow. And I'm sorry about that. I will do my best to at least get some clips posted for tomorrow. One thing in Philly a few years ago, spending way too much... Oh, yeah. A lot of people set up con budgets. It's funny. I have a friend named Sandy from Arizona. She and her husband, they give themselves one suitcase, and they're like, this suitcase is for buying stuff when we go to board game conventions, and that's all we give ourselves. Because they also, like at board game conventions especially, there's a lot of like board game swapping, and there's a lot of like flea markets, so you can get like really good high quality games from people that are just like, I don't play this anymore, or I've already played it, a few times and need to clear out space in my library. It's a big thing. My next board game convention, actually, Yip Yar, is going to be Origins, which is in Columbus, Ohio. And it's the weekend of June 18th. So you should look into getting a ticket and see if you can come down and we can play games together.
It's a day before my birthday.
The day before... Well,
too?
if you wanted to come, I would celebrate your birthday with you.
You said June 18th?
Yeah? June 14th?
June 18th is a Wednesday.
Yeah, I was like, that's a Wednesday.
All right, hold on. Let me look it up.
That's the week I'm moving. I have
Origins.
those dates figured out.
What is this? Just Origins board game convention.
Oh, that's Father's Day weekend?
June 18th to June 22nd. Yeah. So it starts
Oh,
June
no,
18th.
so it is the 18th. Okay.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Yeah. It's going to be amazing. I'm flying into Cincinnati and then driving up from Cincinnati with a couple of friends that are also going. And then...
Technically, I should already be in Columbus that weekend.
Oh,
Because that's
there you
my
go.
drive down to Ohio to play Gloomhaven with family and friends.
Well, tell them that instead of Gloomhaven, you go to a board game convention.
I can definitely do that Saturday, though.
Nice. Okay, well, if you're there on Saturday, I will see you on Saturday.
Yeah, let me, I gotta put, I'm gonna write it on post notes. I gotta do that after the stream.
Fun fact for the St. Louis convention that I just went to. So I have this huge spreadsheet. Oh, I posted all my convention schedule on my Boru Nation Discord, so that anybody who like wants to meet up at a convention will know exactly which ones I'm going to be at. And I have a huge spreadsheet tracking like, okay, I've got my badge ordered for the convention. I have lodging booked for the convention. I've got the travel booked for the convention, like all the different steps, right? And so I'm on my way to St. Louis, and I realize on my way there that I still haven't booked a hotel. Oh, and travel was just a nightmare. On the way there, my flight was delayed because my plane coming into San Antonio left from Minnesota and was like super delayed because of snow or something, weather. And then, so I ended up not getting to St. Louis until like 3 a.m. But then on the way back, leaving Chicago, because I went O'Hare to Dallas Fort Worth. Yeah, leaving Chicago, they boarded us roughly on time and then made us sit in the airplane for like 3.5 hours because Dallas Fort Worth was experiencing thunderstorms and tornadoes and wasn't letting any flights leave to come to Dallas. So that was a whole thing. I watched an entire 2 seasons of Taskmaster.
What do you watch Taskmaster on?
I watch on YouTube. All the full episodes are up there for free, which is really nice.
I've just been watching clips, random clips on Instagram because they'll come up, and I'm like, I really just need to sit down and watch like all the episodes.
It's a really fun show. I really, really like it. Season 19 just started, and they have Jason Mantzoukas, who plays Adrian Pimento in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yes.
Yeah, and
He's also in Good Place, right?
Yeah.
oh,
he is.
I haven't
He
watched
is in
much of Good Place.
everything. So good.
Hello, Keep It
I think
Tucked.
he's
Welcome
hilarious.
back. I think he's hilarious too. And I love, so it's really, really funny because like, I think I've only watched the first episode of season 19 because then I went back and realized I hadn't watched season 17 and 18, so I started watching those. But in like the first episode, right, they don't typically have Americans on the show because it's a British show. But like in the first episode, he like, at one point he just starts whipping out a knife and like cutting things up, and like it's the first time anyone has ever had like a knife on the show, and he just like had it in his pocket, which I thought was hilarious. Because he's American. He also talks about, there was something else that happened that I was like, yep, that's because he's American that this is happening right now. It was amazing. Keep it
I'm
tucked.
American.
I am also American. I don't have a pocket knife in my pocket at all times, though.
I do.
I wonder if he has a... Don't you have to have, like, a license to have a knife in the UK? I thought that was a thing.
I know they outlawed firearms.
We'll see. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We need to figure out a contest for today. So last week we did 2 contests. We did reactiveness to strong smells and strength of your sneeze.
Wait. That's the last one we did?
Yeah, we did 2 of them last week.
Yeah. Sneeze.
How about culinary skills?
Culinary skills?
Culinary skills.
Roll for it. What? I'd have to have a table to roll against. Do you have a table
Oh.
of pre-prepared contests that I can roll against? Keep it tucked.
Probably
I-
find one.
Culinary skills is a good one.
Ooh, I made buttered chicken for dinner
Sweat
tonight,
and
and it was
stench.
really yummy.
I love butter chicken.
Oh, butter chicken's so good. I make it in the Instant Pot. Do you have an Instant Pot?
I do. I should do that next time.
Instant Pot is love. Instant Pot is life.
This is actually a
Yes.
really good one. And the first one provided by a viewer, so we're going to do this week. Although we're going to put culinary skills on the back burner. Keep that in mind. We'll definitely pull that in a future episode. But we're going to go with...
You should make a spreadsheet of ones that are suggested, because then you can roll for it in the future.
Then I can roll for it.
Ooh, that is so smart.
Drive.google.com.
I
New...
got so excited because I rolled high.
All right. Culinary skills. There we go. First entry on the list. Today we are going to be doing strength of natural musk.
Ooh, okay. All right.
That makes
Green bone, blue, or clear.
I forgot what we were doing for a second. I don't have my dice handy.
So the way this works is we pick a category, like strength of natural musk, which was an excellent suggestion from Keep It Tucked. And every person just rolls a natural 20 to define their character a little bit more. And this allows us to, every week, continually develop the characters that everybody is playing.
Is 20 like big stink or little stink?
So it's not even necessarily stink, because some people have very nice natural smells, right? And so it's just strength of the smell.
Okay. So I followed the rules to a T. I rolled a natural 20.
Hey, I rolled a natural 1.
Wow.
That doesn't surprise me. I don't know why it doesn't surprise me, but it doesn't surprise me.
I mean, Zarya, your character is like a hypochondriac, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're
that
probably
is
very
true.
clean all the time.
I
And
guess the shine time isn't really working.
well, shine
Or it's
time,
working oh,
yeah, or it
Okay.
works really well.
Makes it worse. Shine time. I've never once participated in a shine time.
okay. Shine time works so well that can I have Yippee roll on his spore flavors to see which one biscuit would most smell like?
Yes, I can do
What's
that.
that? Yeah, is that too far? Too
No,
crazy?
that's absolutely allowed.
Let me pull up my rolling table.
you,
Really bad.
Could go
you
really
just have.
bad.
I just imagine now that Biscuit has like this little sack of like saved spores that like when she can't get her shine time fixed, she just kind of pulls out a little bit more, right? And you keep like a running inventory.
I
Uh,
want that to be a thing.
it's honey.
I love
You
this.
smell very strongly of honey.
I love this. Yes, honey musk. Oh, that sounds beautiful.
That's cute.
Biscuit smells very strongly of honey musk. Now, right? So now what I'm thinking in my head is that there's going to be a biscuit line of honey musk mead that's going to be developed.
Okay, fix it. Get on it. You're the alcohol person. Make this.
All right, what are some of our other roles?
Fix it rolled a 6.
I rolled a 6 too.
So we both don't have very strong smells.
Yeah.
What about you, Yipyar?
18.
Oh,
You know, this honestly makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
the guy literally oozes fungus, right?
Yes. Yep. And Biscuit
Yeah.
rather frequently dabbles.
Yeah, most of the people I know that ooze fungus don't smell too mild.
Really? Do people use? I mean, sorry. Go ahead.
How many people in your life have you identified have a large amount of fungus or ooze a lot of fungus in your life?
Oh, I thought you meant use fungus. Like you have a fungal system for beauty care, healthcare.
Oh,
Like,
see,
I
I
know-
was thinking mushrooms, like getting high. I was like, does that smell?
Yeah, me too. I feel like
It tastes
strangled by this
bitter.
red tape right now.
Well, fix it. Which is it?
Sorry, which is what?
Did you miss the entire discussion about the various interpretations of people who ooze fungus?
Yes.
All right, quick recap. One of us thought that people in your life like have fungi all over their body. One person thought you said use fungus, meaning got high on
No,
mushrooms.
Me too. Yeah.
And
oh
then
no, I meant ooze. I said ooze.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
and another person
So-
thought they were using fungi in their beauty routine.
Oh,
sure it's a
I'm
thing.
sure that's a thing. Yeah.
I
No,
used to make mushroom tea all the time, like out of medicinal mushrooms.
I was thinking like athlete's foot, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, fun fact, I can show you some pictures from my textbook because we just learned about a whole bunch of funguses last week.
Oh, those
Ooh.
pictures take you to a dark place.
I think I'll pass on that, but thank you
Yeah.
for the offer.
What do you think would have a stronger effect, Zarya? Airplane turbulence or pictures of people's foot fungi?
Oh, airplane turbulence, 100%. It was bad. Like, I've flown a lot, and flying into Salt Lake last week was some of the worst turbulence I've ever had. It was bad.
I am sorry that you had to go through that, but I'm glad that you're
And
here.
I know I have to go, or I don't have to, but I'm planning on going to Utah at least one more time this pregnancy. But I still think flying might be better than driving because it's like an hour and a half versus like 8 hours of travel. Like, it's like an hour and a half of like moving instead
Yeah.
of like 8 hours in a car. Yeah. It's fine. We're fine. We are here and we are feeling good today, sort of. I made better chicken. I felt good enough to cook.
That's a good sign. So last week, y'all started following Old Nana Sarah's plan to get you out of the city and into basically a quiet place where you could hide until things blew over in the city, because the entire city guard is looking for a pack of intelligent kobolds that murdered a noble's butler, and technically stole his property. Because
did anyone? Sorry.
Go ahead.
One thing. I guess I'm really quiet on the stream for some reason. I don't know. All my mic settings are up. But also, did anyone even fill in YipYar about all that? Because technically, I wasn't even there.
What?
Oh, well, yeah,
Oh,
you
well, yeah, I
and
wasn't there
Zarya
either.
weren't there. But yeah, there was a whole meeting with old Nana Sarah where everything kind of got brought into the open about what had happened and why you had to get down and get out of sight. I think also, like, as soon as Biscuit came back and found the two of you, there was like a little catch-up session that everyone did because... Oh, yeah, and then there was a shine time that was requested because Ao was covered in blood.
Okay, yeah. I remember that now. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, so you worked your way through a sewer, a really magically pristine sewer that was very, very clean, and even your koboldness was not able to sully the water. It stayed clean. And then you entered the vermin domain. You met the king rat, whose name was Greg. But as commoners, most of you are only allowed to refer to him as Greg. He sent you on a quest to kill Larry the Lobster, whom you killed. Yes, you killed Larry the Lobster, who was very excited to eat rat tails, but that was just a deception. After killing Larry the Lobster and returning him to King Rat, he granted you permission via a signed note wherein he said the number 4, held up 2 fingers, but then put 4 fingers on the pass that let each of you pass through the guards at the north end of Vermintown, who then admitted to you that if you had just sneezed loud enough, they all would have just run away and let you through anyways. So, fun little quest. And now you are past the vermin domain, following the next steps on the instructions that old Nana Sarah gave you. Which, if anybody would like to pull out the document she wrote, I will tell you what the next steps are.
Right, there was a document.
There was a document.
Yeah, I think her husband has it. Yeah.
We should go find her husband.
Yeah.
Wait, where am I? Aren't I here with you guys? I'm so good at this hiding thing. Can't even find myself sometimes. Yeah, the plans. And we're following them to the letter, right?
Yes. That is the goal.
Yeah, there was even a time when you were supposed to all go north, and some of you correctly identified north, and some of you chose to follow Ao.
Yes, Ao was following it as if he was in a trance.
As if he was in a trance.
Was I in a trance?
Well, remember, you rolled like a nat 20 on identifying north. They did kill the cute little lobster. Biscuit was also really upset about that, I think.
I was upset about it.
He's
so
lobster jerky now.
Yeah, do the lobster voice again for Ao.
That sounds delicious, though.
Oh boy, I love lobster tails.
That's great.
And the demonic voice that possessed him, and that's the reason why I dried him out.
He was possessed by a demon lobster, but you only killed the body. You did not kill the demon.
Did you kill him with salt?
I killed him with blight, which just drains moisture and vitality. So, like, basically just dehydrates it to be lobster jerky.
Yep.
Nice.
With a necromantic spell.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The paper says that your next step is to just continue northward until you find a hidden grate that leads into a river outside of the city walls. So at this point, right, you're going to be walking north. You're going to see grates above you, and you're hoping to find the exit pipe that essentially just takes you out of the town.
Okay, I'm pretty sure we're going north, but I'm just gonna check again just to make sure.
Okay. You can roll survival with advantage because of how well you did last time.
19 on the die.
Yeah. You feel like the tunnel is still, or the sewer pipe, which is now barely. This sewer pipe barely has a trickle of water. There's almost no water here. This is a drainage pipe, so if the main basin ever starts to overflow, this is supposed to empty it out into the natural water flows.
Mm-hmm.
And because the basin isn't quite full, there's basically no water draining out. So you guys are basically just walking straight north in a dry pipe.
Right? We keep going then. Does anything seem dangerous or like off on our way there? I don't even know what would be normal in a pipe right now, but
In a pipe? I mean, it's pretty dry. You pass like one small section of rat graffiti, but there's no correctly spelled words, and so you kind of just discount it. Eventually, you do find what you believe to be the exit grate. You see it in front of you, but you also hear a really loud, raspy noise from in front of you, coming from the shadows. There's a hole on one side of the pipe that is shadowed, that you can't quite see what's back there. You're still about 100 feet back, but you can see the hole and hear the noise.
Does this raspy noise remind any of us of anything?
No. It definitely sounds like something is breathing really harshly, but it doesn't sound like a snoring, right? It doesn't sound like a sleeping pattern.
Can I do an insight on the breathing?
Sure.
Does it sound aggressive?
Yes. The
That's
breathing does sound aggressive.
A 19.
Yeah, the breathing sounds very aggressive.
Hey, if it's rat tails you're after, they're behind us.
Oh, do you call that out down the pipe?
Yes.
Way to be stealthy.
When,
I mean, were we supposed to be stealthy?
when you call out
I
down
hear
the
big scary voices. I'm not gonna yell out to it.
says
Well,
the person with the
last
one
time.
musk. Hiding is kind of in Zarya's nature, so
That's true.
Yeah.
yeah. As soon as you yell out down the pipe, the snarling stops. And it's now eerily quiet. You didn't realize how much you had come to like you've been able to hear the snarling for a while, but you only recently came to identify it as what it was. But now it's like when all the background noise, like it's like when someone's been vacuuming for a while and then they stop and you're like, now the world sounds weird. But no other.
I do want to hide now, actually hide, and walk, like, try to sneak up to see what's up there.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Biscuit's gonna follow suit. She also hides.
Okay. Also roll a stealth check.
That's a dirty 20 for me.
9.
Okay. Team continues northward until they identify a raspy, snarling noise, which Yipyar has correctly identified as aggressive.
And it's coming from a dark pipe that we can't see into?
A dark hole in the pipe, that is correct.
A hole in the pipe.
Okay, so as the two of you sneak up, you manage to sneak up to the hole, and what you see is a very small, maybe like 8-inch white rat whose head is pressed up all the way against the wall, who looks like he's getting ready to pounce out to scare some people, and he's just like sitting there.
I want to pounce at him first.
All right. Go ahead and make a performance check.
Oh shit! Should have let Biscuit do this.
Sorry, what did you say he looked like?
It's an 8-inch white rat. His eyes are red. He has a scar on his left cheek, which is the only cheek that you can see right now. And I mean facial cheek. Yeah. And he just looks like a normal rat.
Yeah.
I was about to do flaming sphere down the hole.
Oh my God.
You're welcome to do that.
Not right now. No, he isn't.
What did you get on your performance check, AO?
I can't believe it. I got a nat 20 on performance.
Oh my gosh. All right, describe to me what your goal is here.
My goal is to scare him, to like pounce on him and scare him the same way he wanted to pounce on whatever he was waiting for.
Okay.
But not to like hurt him or anything. I just want to scare him a little bit.
All right. So you like go ahead and make your spook noisy. Like how would you do this? Like imagine we're the rat. I'm sitting here. My head is like pushed up against a wall. I'm like waiting for people.
Remember Courage the Cowardly Dog? I don't have a mask, but I want to go up to him and do the booga 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 right in front of him.
Okay. He goes and
Do you just have a heart attack?
he faints. Yep, he 100%. He is unconscious. He's laying on his back. His little rat legs are in the air, and he is unconscious.
Can Biscuit examine this rat and see if there's anything that reminds her of the possessed lobster?
Yes. I'm gonna recommend doing an Arcana check to detect for demonic presence.
So nice you're allowing me to do that at all.
I just need a clarification here. Was the lobster a demon or was the lobster possessed by a demon?
Well,
It was
that's
possessed.
something you should have checked out when you were with the lobster.
But
He
we
was
saw
definitely
the-
possessed.
Yeah, we saw the little spirit thing go away.
Okay.
16, by the way. -1 to Arcana.
Yeah, so you pretty thoroughly examined this unconscious rat who's giving you no resistance. And there's like no magical aura emanating from this rat at all. For all intents and purposes, as far as you can tell, this is just a normal rat.
Is there something behind the rat?
It looks like he's been living in this hidey hole for a while. There's like a tiny little rat bed, a couple of little rat candles. There's a little rat book. The hole is only about like maybe a foot, maybe 14 inches deep. Like it's not very deep. It just seems dark and ominous because it's right next to a light source.
Take the book for Kane.
Do we take the rat? What do we do about the rat?
So does the rest of the party walk up at this point? Like, are you guys going to explain to them what you just did? Or because right now, like Zarya and Fixit and Yipya are back there and they just saw you sneak up and they go, ooga booga booga. And then like you and Biscuit kind of half disappeared into this hole that's a lot smaller than you thought it was.
I mean, they can hear me laughing at this point, probably.
Let's leave the rat. I felt bad for killing that cute lobster. This rat is equally cute, which is cute little furnitures, cute little books.
I mean, we should take the book, though. It's kind of what we do for a living.
Yipya will poke his head around the corner and be like, do I need to cast Flaming Sphere in there or no?
No.
I think we're good.
Okay.
You want to come see the cute rat?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Not quite as cute as a lobster, but still cute.
It's albino.
It is an
Is
albino
that what you
rat.
call it?
You think Rumble likes rats?
No.
I think you left Rumble with
Let me
old
just-
Nana Sarah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did. I mean,
We leave the
it's
rat.
just a rat.
Yes. Minding its own business. When did I start to care about that?
That's
That's
a
a
good
really good
question.
Are you going to try and throw the rat to Tema through a Temic portal?
No.
How do you
I
think
wanna
she would
I'll,
feel about lobster jerky?
Oh man, that would be. Wasn't the whole lobster eaten though by the king?
By the Rat King.
You did give, the lobster to the king rat.
Yeah.
Remember, he was like breaking off pieces of it and dipping it in his rotten cheese throne?
Yeah,
I-
that was disgusting. Actually, I want to turn to Fix It and be like, Fix It, you should try to arrange a meeting with Kane and the Rat King. I'm sure he would find it interesting.
I don't know how well Kane would receive my friend Greg.
Exactly, you don't know. I agree. That's more interesting than a egotistic, gross rat.
You know what? That's true. You never know. It is always interesting to bring people together from different walks of life. Let's do it.
Wait, are you planning on going back and kidnapping King
Yeah,
Rat?
like, did
No,
we
no,
already
just
leave?
We're gonna invite him.
Yeah, I want to wake up the rat. I'm gonna first cast Speak Animals on myself. I'm gonna wake up the rat and try to see if I can convince the rat to go deliver the message for us.
Okay. I do have one question. Biscuit, are you like holding and or petting the rat at all?
I mean, she was investigating to see, and she thinks it's really cute. So yeah, just like nice little pats, little pats.
Sorry, could I grab the book before the rat wakes up?
Yes.
Thank you.
Are you just grabbing it or are you like looking at it?
Do I have time to look at it?
Yeah, I mean it takes a little bit for people to kind of look at the whole, and yeah, you've got time before we commit
yeah,
to.
for sure. This is amusing. What does
Maybe we
this
could-
little rat read about?
We could leave something in return. Sure, Biscuit will just put down a couple chili pepper candies where the book was.
Okay.
I think Fix It has the pin.
Yeah, Fix It. You're in here, right? We're all in here now.
I think we're all in here now.
Okay. I really quick I got ChatGPT to generate just an entry in this book that you just picked up. It says the page that it's open to currently says day 647. I still hear their laughter every time I think about going back. My white fur, my red eyes, my pale skin, they hate it all. Ghost rat, they called me. Tunnel bane. I was bad luck. A blemish on my mother's pride. But I have a duty now to guard this grate, to make sure that nobody can get back and hurt my family or my friends. So I keep watch day and night. My tail knows the weight of every footstep that comes near. I sit here, ready to scare all away who would threaten my friends and family. Not on my watch. Signed, Snarlfang, the albino rat.
That's a cool name.
That's so sad.
I mean, I don't think so, but Fix It, could you pen this up real quick to see what comes up?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, let's give it a quick scan.
All right.
This
let's
rat's
see.
pretty badass.
I think you need to roll a d12.
It's been a while since we actually used the thing.
It has been a while since you used the pen.
I don't even remember rolling with this thing. I believe
1,
you.
2,
That's
3,
a
4,
6.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think I normally rolled for you.
Oh.
All right. It glows gray.
Yeah.
That's good, right?
How do I add a row to this table? Insert row below. All right.
I think
Snarlfang's journal.
gray was like common, no?
Gray is pretty common, yeah.
All right.
It'd
We
be,
already
it
scared
would be
the life
worth
out of him.
50 Bitcoin.
Honestly, I feel like this rat is more interesting than the Rat King. We should introduce him to Kane.
Oh,
Right.
also, as soon as he wakes up, which is now going to be happening,
I put the book down. I put the book down.
he gets up. He like while he's like still really drowsy, he like leans into the head pats and scritches, like enjoying them. But then as soon as he comes alert, he like jumps up and like starts bouncing around on all fours and just goes hiss 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 hiss. And then when you hear him breathe, it's that deep rat. It's like hiss 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 hiss.
Aw, come on, little guy. It's okay. You want a chili pepper candy.
Does the breathing sound like he has a disease?
Yeah, I think you should get that checked out.
Like, can I do a medicine check?
The breathing sounds like he definitely has trouble breathing. And he backs away from the chili pepper candies and just continues to like hiss at you. But not like hiss, but rather say the word hiss. Right? He says, "Be feared! Be feared! Run away!" I need everybody to make a charisma saving throw.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not going to be difficult, but it's going to be hilarious if one of you fails.
Man, I don't want to underestimate the rat, but
Does a 12 fail?
A 12 does fail, actually.
No. I was going to help this guy out, but I guess I'm not anymore.
21.
20. You succeed with flying colors. In fact, you just think this rat is even cuter for having tried.
Aw.
that's so biscuit. 18 minus 2, 16 for me.
Also passes.
19.
Passes. Fix it.
Sorry. 17.
Also passes. So Yipyar, it's not that like you're scared of the rat, but like the sudden motion and loud noise like combine in a moment when you were like concentrating on your peaceful healing magic that like it does startle you. You're not like frightened, you don't have the frightened condition, you don't need to run away, but like your heart does jump, right? And your heart rate spikes a little bit and your blood pressure probably shoots up just a little bit. And you have a moment where you are, in fact, afraid. But it lasts only a moment. The rat is now backed into a corner and is trembling in fear as he continues to try and hiss at you and scare you away.
Hey, little guy. You need a weapon. Look out for compass.
Wait, he's trying to kill us, or he would if he could. Don't give him a weapon.
He's trying so hard.
He says,
all right, but if he makes me stab him, it's on you.
Biscuit will like just poke her arm with the pointy end of the compass. Ow! Oh, that hurts so much.
Wait, so
And
are you
she'll
like...
hand it.
Okay. Continue,
That's
sorry.
all I have that's weapon-like. That's not like my Mace of Disruption or Made Out of Shadow, so...
So it's literally like a compass for like with the...
Yeah.
Like that you put the pencil on and draw
For
circles
drawing
with?
circles. Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, she'll also draw a circle with the blood, because that's cool. But then hand it to the rat.
He hesitantly picks up the compass and goes, yes, yes, mighty weapon I have. I will stab all of you.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
So afraid. You're so strong.
So would you? I do have a question. Would lesser restoration or would I have to use greater restoration on this thing?
Oh, to heal his lungs?
Yeah.
Honestly, lesser restoration would definitely work.
Okay. But I
You're
will definitely
so
do that.
good.
It's the cold.
It's actually chronic bronchitis.
Oh damn.
Yeah. His breathing clears, and in a moment of like mental clarity that, he's escaped brain fog for the first time in years, he goes, okay. I don't get the feeling that you're afraid of me right now.
Weird.
What gave
Oh,
it
you're
away?
terrifying. You're so scary.
Yes. Perhaps if you don't want to be afraid anymore, you can help me. Yes, if we're on the same team, I don't need to be scary.
That makes a lot of sense to me.
I thought I just did help you.
I don't know what you did. Strangely pungent. I don't know what you are, but I breathe good. So,
Some people like the smell. It's interesting.
Yeah,
I didn't say bad.
Right now.
I said pungent. I know many words. More words than any of the stupid rats down the tunnel. I'll tell you that much. I wrote a book. Did you know that?
You're so smart.
I did know that.
Yeah. Smart and scary. I'm a double
Terrifying.
trouble. Yeah. So you can sign up to help me guard this crate, or you can skedaddle.
We don't have time.
We don't? I think we have time.
To guard a grate?
For all eternity?
That
You
seems
know
like a
what?
big commitment.
I have someone you should talk to. Biscuit will call her little birds.
Okay.
Little birds. Just talk to them. Talk to these little guys. If you can make a connection with them, maybe they will help you.
So are you trying to like let him make a telepathic connection to the birds?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna let him. Do you want this to happen?
Yeah, Biscuit kind of does, but it's also like a test.
Well, so if you want it to happen, then I'm gonna give you advantage on the roll.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, she wants it to happen.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Slowly
He
turns into a
he
Disney
passed with
princess.
flying colors. So you have 4 birds. Do you want all 4 of them?
Sorry, I only have 3 birds because one of them was gifted to Tema.
Oh, right. Okay. So, how many of the birds do you want him to have a connection with?
2 birds, I think.
2 birds. Okay.
Yeah, then he can have a sleeping shift.
Regular hydrate, water, wolf dog cup. Which is freshly filled and doesn't taste terrible this week, which is really nice. Of 2 of her plant birds. After Snarlfang successfully... Oh. Snarlfang. Stop auto-correcting it! Snarlfang establishes a psychic connection with him. Oh! I sense something. He like starts like looking left and right, and the birds follow wherever he looks, and he mostly just looks really baffled as he like looks up and down and left, and the birds are just always flying exactly where he's looking. And then he starts like to like conduct them about with like the point of his tail, and like as he's like getting used to it, he's like, "Oh, this is aha! Now there are 3 of us."
You are Legion.
I am legion. He pokes you with his compass.
Ow.
Yes, I am mighty and strong. I will defend this. This is a great gift that you have given me. And he like puts his paw, his really tiny paw, over your kobold paw hand, like which is like his like paw is like slightly larger than your fingernail, right? And he's like, I will remember this.
I bet your memory is so good too.
It is so good. That's why I'm so smart and I'm so scary and I have a really important duty.
You're so scary, so important.
Yes. Thank you. You know what? I don't normally do this, but I'm going to let you go through that grate.
You sure?
You're so kind.
I am sure. You know what? You have brought me great boons this day. That one with the really strong, both the ones with the really strong smells, like they came in here and they correctly identified me as smart and scary and offered me gifts. And you know what? I'll confess. I'll confess I'm a bit of a sucker for positive intention. I don't get a lot of that. So, yeah, I'm gonna, and all of you were properly scared when you first arrived, and that's okay. So I feel like I've been negotiating from the position of power here, and so yes, I will allow you to go through this grate.
Can I pet him on the head?
You may pet him on the head. Yes.
All right. Yeah, I definitely do
He
that.
he pokes you with his compass.
Is he soft?
He is soft.
How satisfying do I find it?
You can roll for that.
Yeah. I was hoping you would say that.
Don't forget that you have an inspiration die, and I believe your current inspiration die is a D8.
Only a 7. I'm a bit disappointed by his coat.
Oh, that is sad because he goes out to wash in the river every day. Yeah. So you part ways with. What was that?
He burns the tunnel when he washes in the river.
Well, he doesn't go too far because he still like stays within sight of the grate.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to open the grate because he can squeeze through the holes.
Oh, I want to see what's back there.
What do you mean by back there?
Aren't we?
Going through the grate?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you go through the grate, you just go. It opens up into like a river, and so there's like greenery on both sides, and like when you do get out and you look back, you see the city wall, probably like 600 or 700 feet behind you. And yeah, so when you look back at the instructions that old Nana Sarah left you, now that you've been heading north for a while. It says that you should follow the river until you see the lightning forked tree, and then you will have to head due east into the forest.
So
Right.
part of, sorry, really quick before we leave the tunnel completely.
Yep.
I was gonna have him send a message. Sounds like he doesn't want to go back. So instead, I'll just do conjure animals and then send one of those. Send one of those to go talk to him. Hopefully, he gets there within an hour.
Are you conjuring a rat?
Yeah, I'm conjuring a rat.
You're conjuring a rat. Okay. And the rat is delivering a message to King Rat?
Yeah.
Okay. What size is the rat that you conjured?
Bigger than a normal rat, but smaller than the guards.
So bigger than Snarlfang?
Yes.
Okay. Do you do this in front of Snarlfang?
Yeah.
Okay. When you summon the rat, he goes hiss 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 hiss, and he stabs it with a compass.
Does he stab it to death?
It depends on how much health it has.
It says I conjure. You summon face spirits that take the form of a beast. And then yeah, it takes their stat block. Says I can do 8 beasts of challenge rating quarter or lower.
All right, let's look up the
So-
stat block.
I
Oh,
mean, it would have the same stats as Snarlfang.
yeah, I didn't give him a stat block
Why not? He was a character.
because if y'all wanted to kill him, he would be dead. That's how that works.
Fair enough.
Okay, yep. He has rats have an average of 1 health.
Yeah.
So yeah, he does stab the one conjured rat to death. And it dissipates into poof, a puff of phase smoke. But you said you summoned 8, right?
He
I can
is
sum up to
mighty.
8. Up to 8, yeah.
Okay. Did you only summon 1 or did you summon 8?
You know, I'll be true. I only was gonna do 1. I did not expect them to stab it.
He seems to be glowing with a smile of triumph. He says, "I have once again defended this grate, and you have witnessed my glory."
We have.
You're
Okay.
so strong.
I'm actually clapping for him right now. That was pretty good.
What if I summon just a large rat?
Like a dire rat?
Yeah, is that
A
the size of the
dire
guard? Are
Oh
they
my God.
dire rats? Their roosters,
It says
birds of unusual size?
you said it has to be quarter, right? CR or
So-
less?
I think
So,
large
I
rat
can
is an
do-
actual thing.
Yeah, so I can do 1 beast of challenge rating 2 or lower, 2 beasts of challenge rating 1 or lower, 4 beasts of a half or lower, 8 of a quarter or lower.
Oh,
So I can
okay.
go up
Well,
to challenge rating 2.
a giant rat only has a challenge rating of 1/8, so you could still summon 8 giant rats, and they
How many
have 7 hit points.
Okay, I will do 2 of those,
Okay,
and I will send them off.
okay. Well, as soon as you summon them, he once it goes hiss 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 hiss, and he stabs one with his compass, and he has the 2 birds stab it as well. But like it only bloodies the rat; it doesn't kill it. And I'm assuming you have the rats just run down the tunnel.
Yep.
Okay. He says, "Yes! Be afeared! Be afeared, you dumb rats!" Wow, I am getting a lot of defending done today. I think I need a nap.
You scared them away so good.
Yes, he is literally basking in the praise. Like, he just absolutely loves it. And, yeah, he goes and starts napping, like, almost immediately. He's just asleep, and his birds are just sitting there looking at him sleep.
Biscuit's just gonna go and, like, with one finger in each hand, just squeeze this little rat cheeks just a little bit. And, yeah, and then walk to the grate.
He subconsciously smiles in his sleep. After killing one conjured rat and scaring, in quotes, 2 conjured giant rats, he takes a
I gotta
nap.
say, we don't usually have pleasant random encounters like that. That was
Oh,
nice.
you should have been here. You should have been here last week.
Yeah.
Oh, King Greg, what a guy!
I mean, we
don't
wouldn't
think
have had that encounter if I had just done my flaming spear like I was going to.
That's true.
I do try to reward you for not murdering everything you find.
Crazy.
When I heard that the breathing was aggressive, I just almost immediately was like, gone.
Yeah.
It was
Murder is
aggressive.
the reward.
I mean, I would even argue that he continued to be overtly hostile towards you even until the very end.
Yes.
Look at us.
It was so scary.
I was the only one that was actually scared.
You are the only one that actually got scared. Not even your conjured rats were afraid, and one of them died.
Yeah, well,
That's
it
not
should
big
have been.
This is why I'm a terrible merchant.
Yeah, so you give one last final cheek squeeze to Snarlfang before exiting the grate into the river, where you're well covered. There's lots of foliage to hide in. You do have to get wet, but the river's not that deep, and it's not flowing super strongly. And it's very obvious from the note, which I would encourage you to try and keep dry, which direction you should head. You should just follow the river.
Following the river and keeping the note very dry.
Right. Go ahead and roll a survival check to see how well you keep the note dry.
1. Not even kidding.
I was just
And
about
I
to
have
say,
a -1 on survival, so
you instantly just put it in the water.
So, with the note in your hands, you think to yourself, I should keep this dry. And then you immediately dive with the note in your hands into the river. And just start thinking about how nice the water feels. And then, like, you let go of the note and you, like, put your hands behind your head and you're just kind of floating on your back. And
yeah, it's so good to be out of that pipe.
the note is gone.
You see, this is a good thing about making plans and following those plans. Like sometimes everything just turns out the right way, and this is good. We should do this more often, guys.
I mean, yes. When do we ever have plans, though?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like this
We
right
should
here, this right here.
Make
This.
plans more often.
Let's see what's next on the list. The list. Wait. Where's the list? Can I roll to try to find the list? The plans?
You may roll to try and find the list.
7?
Also,
Wait.
you
Yeah.
do not find even a hint of the list. But, like, I do want to point out that this probably is a symptom of a greater pattern of behavior where, like, I can imagine old Nana Sarah sending you to the grocery store.
It's not exactly this that happens every time, but yeah, I'm gonna hear it because and remember I told her like let's not make plans because something's gonna happen and we won't be able to follow the plan. Well, here it is.
I just love that the thing that happened is that you lost the plan. It's not.
Whatever.
The plan was great.
So does anyone remember what was on the list?
Everybody, please roll a history check.
Don't get to roll that often.
I think we ever have.
I got a 14.
6.
Oh, but I want to use my inspiration though.
Oh, okay.
I got
That's
an
a D6,
18.
yeah?
11.
8.
Ayo?
18 for Mix-It.
Nice.
Ayo, what'd you get?
A 6.
And then Yipyar, what was your total post inspiration?
17.
17. Okay. So the two of you, so everybody else only remembers. So, right, I'm just going to do like basically percentage of the total plan that you remember, right? So, someone, Biscuit, you got a 6?
I got a 6 AO.
Oh, Ayo, you got a 6. You remember that you were
That's
supposed to
perfect.
get into the sack of the guard. That's the only thing about the plan that you remember.
You don't even remember that we were supposed to go north.
He doesn't. You don't even remember that there was a part that said go north. Yeah. There was like an 11 and a 12, or there was an 8, right? Zarya,
I
what
was
did you get?
11.
11, and then Biscuit got.
I think I was the 8. Hold on. Yeah, 8.
Okay. So with an 8, you remember everything up to the basin itself. With the 11, you remember that you were supposed to continue going north, and you remember that you were supposed to look for certain signs. With the 17 and 18, you remember going all the way north, past the grate, into the river, and you were supposed to look for a lightning-forked tree. That's what you remember.
Ooh. So, tree stride. Are they all the same types of trees, or is there a mixture in this forest? 'Cause
There's
a
a
lot of times-
mixture, but it is a deciduous forest.
Okay.
Can you remind me
So-
what a deciduous tree is for people who don't know?
Thanks
It
for
is a
asking.
tree who loses its leaves in the wintertime.
Thank you. I was like, deciduous and carnivorous. Those are the kinds of trees. Which is which?
And now you know.
Thank you.
We here at the Boru Nation support lifelong learning. That and many more moments here on the Dungeons and Dragons stream.
So, okay. So, this is a 4th level or 5th level spell. You gain the ability to enter a tree and move from inside it to inside another tree of the same kind within 500 feet. Both trees must be living and at least the same size as you. You must use 5 feet of movement to enter the tree. You instantly know the location of all other trees of the same kind within 500 feet. And part of the move used to enter the tree, you can either pass into one of those trees or step out of the tree you're in. You
Yo.
appear in a spot of your choice within 5 feet of the destination tree. So I can use this to teleport once per round for the duration.
Okay.
So I can jump for a minute, so 10 times.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would allow me to know which one is lightning forked, but I
Well-
just know where all the trees are.
I will tell you right now that the lightning forked tree is dead. But you do get lots of scouting in, so I'm going to assume that you do 5 jumps forward and then 5 jumps back at 500 feet apiece.
Yes.
Yeah, so you jump around, you're like scouting the forest, and you do find what you think could be the lightning forked tree. It's a tree that's been split in half. It's black and charred. It's very prominent on the river and has no living trees, and it's like probably like in a 20-foot radius on its side of the river. So you're pretty sure that you've identified the correct tree. It's only about, I guess, 2,000 feet up
Cool.
from where the party is at. So you get back to the rest of the party after having jumped into a tree without explaining to them what you were doing.
Yep, I didn't. Yeah, I was about to say, like, I just appear again. Didn't tell anyone what I was doing or anything.
I told you
Whoa.
he'd come back.
What do you
Welcome
do?
back.
Nice to have
Yeah,
you
I
back.
feel like, yeah.
Well, you
So
see,
I think I
Ao,
found the tree.
when a kobold and a tree love each other very much.
Oh, I think I've heard this story before.
Yeah, I feel like I just like melted into the tree, is what you guys saw. Yeah, so I went ahead, and I think I found the tree. It's, you know, like a little ways walk over that direction, or swim. Maybe we get some tubes and we lazy river down this thing. I don't know.
That sounds like a great idea.
We'll get some tubes. Where do we get the tubes from?
I
there a
just
soup
imagine
cart?
everyone in the party looks at Fix It at the same time.
Yeah.
Want me to like try to make some?
Fix It. You're so smart. You can make the tubes.
Jeez, let's see. I don't know if I have the ingredients to make tubes. Okay, like need rubber for that. I can maybe make some like rafts.
Hey,
That's
Fix It. I need you to roll an insight check for me.
I am rolling insight. That's a 13.
All right. I'm going to give you a hint before telling you what happened that this is a very important roll if you want your character to look really cool in front of the other characters.
Do you
No,
want
yeah,
to use your
Right,
inspiration?
look.
What?
Oh yeah. So the inspiration die, I get to roll a d8 and just add it to this.
Yep, and you just add it.
All right. Yeah, I want to do that. All right. All right. So that was a 13, and we are adding a 7. So that's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Perfect. You have had the insight to go through the turtle shell that you picked up at the beginning of the sewer. Oh, that's rude. It was forcing you to re-roll your dirty 20.
Ooh. That's
So I don't
Whoa.
have to. So I don't roll the insight again, right? That
Correct.
stays
You'll
the
get the
same?
+7. He's forcing you to re-roll the 13.
All right.
I should
Fine.
reject this,
I mean, it was.
but I'm gonna keep it. I completed it.
Ooh, that's a 4.
Oh, baby.
All right. You drop down to an
So
11.
Yeah. Not
However,
ideal.
you can contest with a forced reroll of your own.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
The mission did fail. That was perfect.
No, that's fine. I want to see where this is going.
Okay.
I'll
So then with an 11, what you're going to do is you're going to suggest that you simply try and float on the turtle shells. You're like, turtles can swim. So
Yeah, turtles are super floaty.
you're just going to tell everyone to just
This is-
jump
this is
onto their
fine.
turtle shells in the river.
Yeah, they're basically like boats.
Right, makes sense to me. I do it.
All right. Everyone who's holding onto a turtle shell when they jump in the river immediately sinks to the bottom of the river.
Game over. Thank you for playing the Kobold campaign.
Oh.
I want to turn into an actual, I'll turn into a sea turtle.
Okay.
Biscuit will jump on the shell.
Yeah, so I'm gonna sink to the bottom, turn into a sea turtle, and then pop back up.
Are you
With
bringing
a shell on you. Another
you-
shell on you.
Are you bringing the orange turtle shell with you?
Oh yeah, I'm reutilizing the orange shell.
All right.
It allows me to how my gear transforms with me. I want my shell to be that shell.
The
but I'm
orange
now a sea
shell.
turtle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that you're a sea turtle. It is large enough for one person to sit on. You also please make an image of this for our collection of Yipyar, the fungal sea turtle with an orange shell.
And honey spores.
Oh, actually, it's not honey spores right now.
Yeah, it's just
It's,
that biscuit
toothpaste.
smells like honey spores.
Yeah.
Toothpaste can still be a pleasant smell.
The worst.
I am not. Okay.
Yeah. So, but after all of you completely sink, you do like pull the turtle shells up and like start looking through them to make sure you didn't like permanently damage or lose anything. And you do find that there was personal flotation tubes provided as part of the turtle shells. They're in the turtle shells. Because the turtle shells are basically packs of survival gear that old Danacera had prepared for you. That none of you investigated.
We just
I don't
threw them
remember
on,
getting
no
the turtle
questions.
shells.
We do trust her blindly.
That's fair. Now, the dirty 20,
That's true love.
the dirty 20 Fix-It did investigate the turtle shells, but the 11 Fix-It did not investigate the turtle shells, and therefore did not know about the flotation devices that they had.
Funny how that works.
Crazy. If only he'd roll tire.
Yeah, did you just try rolling better Fix-It?
Nobody told me.
After sinking while trying to use the turtle shells to float, the party discovers tubes in their turtle shells. So everybody
Literally
go.
in the turtle shells. What are the chances?
Crazy.
Everybody please make a constitution check to see how quickly you're able. This is like a little competition to see who can, because you're all sitting there like blowing up your tubes.
16 for me.
Wow, that's pretty fast.
17.
Ooh, she got you beat.
The big lungs.
I think we still need 3 rolls.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. For how quickly you're able to blow up your tube.
It's 6, which seems pretty accurate since it took me so long to roll.
12. So moderately speedy.
Yeah.
Inflation.
I mean, I wasn't blowing one up, but I can still roll if you want me to.
It's up to you. Yeah, if you're just going to remain a sea turtle. Yeah, it would be hard to reach into your own physical shell to pull out a tube.
Yep.
All right. You spend...
This guy knows how turtle arms work.
He does. You spend a lazy day floating down the river. Describe to me your river float experience. What do you guys do? Do you guys play little river floaty games? Do you chat with each other? Do you splash each other?
Well, my experience is going to be highly dependent on what beverage I roll. So let's just see how that goes.
Roll a beverage for me too, please.
Oh yeah, sure. Happy to. I don't think that's good. Sorry, I gotta bring up my my tab for that. Oh no, that is the necromantic wine.
Oh, is that for you or for
What?
Biscuit?
I figured it was one roll for both of us.
Oh, I figured you
acceptable?
would roll for... you can do it either way. You can do one roll for the two of you, but then you're splitting a half portion of it each, right?
Yeah, I'll do it that way. I figure we should be
Aw.
drinking the same thing.
You
It'll
could
be
pull
a
out
good
2
shake.
things and then make a mixed drink.
Yeah, we could, but that's not really how mixed drinks work, right?
You're saying necromantic wine mixed with Pinot Noir wouldn't be better?
No, it would not be better. I'm trying to think of how. I'm trying to think how to put this in terms you'll understand. It'd be like taking a Raising Cane's chicken finger and putting it like on a Burger King burger. You wouldn't necessarily want that, right?
Yeah. You're not making either thing better. You're making both things worse.
Right.
Okay, I could see that. All right, so we got two people sharing a drink. Ew, how do you spend your lazy day on the river?
Do I still have that pipe? The bubble pipe?
I don't see why you wouldn't still have the bubble pipe.
I pull out the bubble pipe.
This is definitely a bubble pipe moment.
Yeah. Maybe hum a little tune and just hit the pipe.
Make a performance check.
Yeah. Does anybody have a harmonica?
It's a blues moment for sure. I rolled a 4 on performance.
Oh no! And the rest of your party has to listen to that.
Yeah. It kind of goes like in a very bad tune. Like there was specific that put to see the name of the shape of the Timothy, something like that.
I put my head underneath the water.
As you're like floating down the river, you see small critters, bunnies and squirrels literally running away from the river to get away from the song.
I want to use Mage Hand every once in a while to like nudge us faster or like away from the shore. It seems like a good idea.
Do you ever use it to spin someone's tube in a prank?
Absolutely, and also splash people every once in a while because that would do a good splash.
It would do a good splash. You float down the river, and what do you see? One blackened, lightning-forked tree.
Whoa.
We made it. This is it.
Did that rhyme on purpose?
I did rhyme that on purpose, yeah.
I think you could have sung it. Can we roll that again?
I gotta save my vocal chops for the Kobold Campaign musical episode. When we all sing karaoke.
Sure. Any show that lasts long enough gets a musical episode.
I'm so excited for ours.
That makes one of us.
Yipiar's gonna sing a Kobold variant of tequila.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. It's the end of the day. You've arrived at the lightning fork tree. The sun is setting. The sky is dark. And this is where we're going to end the episode.
This was a good episode. Actually, a wholesome episode.
So to wrap up today's session, we are going to award inspiration. In order of contest, Biscuit, you got a natural 20, so you get to start today's round of inspiration awards.
Man, where do I even start?
With your favorite moment.
Yeah, but so many happened. Okay, I'm gonna give it to Yipiar for summoning the little rat that got killed, and then just like, oh, that happened. Summons 2 more giant rats and lets them get stabbed. And his stat, yeah, Yipiar.
That was 2 level 3 spells, by the way.
Oh, did you tell everyone else the level spell you used to kill the lobster?
The 1 HP lobster. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was like a 5th level or 4th.
Oh god.
It was a 4th level. Yeah.
Okay, every time Yipiar overkills something.
8d8 necrotic damage.
For 1 hit point.
Oh, all right, Yipyar, you rolled second.
Okay. Definitely AO, just in the water with the note, instantly just doesn't even remember the note. Just, yeah. I know that was like roles related, but it just fits so well.
AO and Fix It tied, so we're gonna go ahead and let AO go first, because he technically said that he rolled a 6.2, which 6.2 is slightly higher than 6. So
I guess it is. Mine goes to Fix It for pulling out the bev at the right time, right away, no hesitation.
pulling out the what?
The beverage.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
All right, Fix It. You rolled a 6 as well, so you get to go next.
Setting the mood.
Biscuit for her constant praise of what was his name? Snarltooth?
Snarlfang.
Snarlfang, yeah. Like just I could listen to her glazing Snarlfang for hours.
Yeah.
It was it was like one of my conversations with ChatGPT.
ChatGPT,
Wait,
I feel like it's just
are you glazing
like,
ChatGPT or is it
compliments
going
you.
the other way?
No, that was actually like one of the criticisms about the most recent release is that it's just like goes way overboard with positive feedback. And there's like an example of somebody who was like, I stopped taking my medication, and it was like, that's a huge win for you.
You're doing great, buddy.
Oh my goodness. All right, Zarya.
Can I give it to someone who already has it? Because everyone has it now.
You absolutely can.
Okay.
Or you could give it to Brian.
Or give it to yourself.
You can also
Why
give
is
it to yourself.
I didn't use my inspiration dice today anyway, so it's fine. No, I was also gonna say one of my favorite things was just like Biscuit like patting the little rat and just like adopting the rat. It was a cute moment of just her and her gifting her birds. Like she's only got 4 left and or 3 left, I don't know, but she gifted her birds to him so he could have someone to like watch. I thought that was really cute and something I definitely would not have done.
So
I couldn't help it. Biscuit likes an underdog.
what I'm hearing is that we need to like create a recording of Biscuit just saying nice things to small creatures and release it on Spotify. And,
Yes.
Except it was like totally
Oh,
condescending, but
It was really condescending.
I could totally fall asleep listening to that. You put like some spa music behind that, like biscuit affirmation. Oh,
you're
I'm
so
so here for
strong.
that. Yeah,
You're so smart. You protect people so good.
has anybody watched Severance?
No.
I've not.
Oh, damn it! All right, there's a great reference, but it'll be lost.
It would be lost on us, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I could listen to that for hours on a loop.
That's amazing. Well, friends, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Everyone, thank you so much for stopping by the
in the
stream.
occasional misconception about when Thanksgiving is, even better.
Wait, was it this weekend?
The old
That's the
May
one with the tree.
19th. I